What is up, YouTube? I am Eric and you are watching Retro Video Game Pickups, and in this video we are taking a look at the Sega Genesis Mini. So if you like games, consoles, or product reviews, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. With that being said, let's hop into it. Okay, so I have the Sega Genesis Mini here. I picked this up on Black Friday for $50. Normally this is $80, but it was Black Friday sale, and so I picked it up when I saw that it was only $50. Now first off, we'll talk about the front, what it looks like, then we'll unbox this thing and show you guys what actually comes with this. Now, this is a very awesome looking box. It reminds me very much of the Sega Genesis. I'm thinking about the NES Classic here. This reminds me of the Sega Genesis, and this is the Model 1, obviously, as you can tell, which is very cool. I'm very interested to see how they pulled that off. But on the front here, you've got the console, you've got the controllers, kind of gives you a little bit of a rundown. It says, miniature Sega Genesis replica, ready to plug and play, 40 legendary games plus 2 bonus titles, and then it says it in different languages. You've got Sonic the Hedgehog here on the front. It says it includes Sonic. On the top, you've got the logo, you've got Sonic, and you've got a little picture of the Mini here. Same with the sides, you've got the console, the logo, and Sonic, and then on this side it kind of tells you more about what is actually in it. It shows you the picture, it shows that it includes the console, 2 wired control pads, a power adapter, a power cable, and then the HDMI cable, and then it has it in a few different languages. On the bottom you've got your normal stuff, just do's and don'ts kind of thing, choking hazards, kind of the Sega brand, all that stuff. And then on the back you've got a list of 40 games plus 2 bonus titles. I'm going to read those off to you before we kind of dig into this. Now, Alex the Kid, Alusha Dragoon, Altered Beast, Beyond Oasis, Castlevania Bloodlines, you've got Columns, Cosmic Zone, you've got Contra Hard Corps, Dynamite Headdy, Earthworm Jim, Eternal Champions, you've got Ghouls and Ghosts, you've got Golden Axe, you've got Gunstar Heroes, Kid Chameleon, Landstalker, Light Crusade, Mega Man The Wily Wars, MW4, Phantasy Star 4, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Road Rash 2, Shining Force, Shinobi 3, Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, you've got Space Harrier 2, Street Fighter 2, Special Champion Edition, Streets of Rage, Strider, what is this one? Super something I can't read, Thunder Force 3, I think? Toe Jam and Earl, Vector Man, Virtual Fighter 2, Wonder Boy and Monster World, World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. You've got Echo the Dolphin, Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse, and then you've got 2 bonus titles, which are Darius and Tetris, which is an official Tetris product, which is very, very interesting to me. That's 42 games on this one console. So what we're gonna do is open this bad boy up and see what this comes with. Now, I'm very interested because this has a bunch of cool games on it. I hope the gamepads work well, and I'm interested to see how they did this. Now, you guys know there's just a bunch of stuff in here, including the console, the control pad, the power cable, the HDMI, but I wanted to show you guys kind of how this is laid out and kind of compare it to how the Sega Genesis was actually released. So I think that is definitely awesome. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and see what it comes with, because I know there's going to be some cool stuff. So you open it up. First you are met with the power adapter, which is just a power plug that goes to USB. Then you've got the power cord, obviously here, which is just a USB to USB micro, I believe is the right term for that, which is not bad. And then you've got your HDMI cord here. And honestly, if you don't notice this from where you guys are standing, there's the HDMI cord. But these controllers look to be much bigger than the console itself. So let's open these bad boys up. I'm only going to open up one of these. Now these are the 3 buttons Sega Genesis controllers. That actually feels nice. It's like a matte black finish almost. And I feel like this is just a little bit slimmer than the actual controller was. Honestly, this feels really good. Now it is to USB. It is not to the 9-pin or whatever it was on the Sega Genesis. It is just USB, but this really feels pretty good. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with these controllers. There were 2 of them. I'm going to leave the other one unopened because I'm not going to use that right now, so no reason to open it up. And then this is where the Mini comes out. So, look how small this is. This is the controller. This is the box. The box can literally almost be hidden behind the controller. That's pretty amazing to me. This thing is going to be super small, which is very awesome. These things always look cool if they're done right. Unlike the PlayStation Classic, which is not done right. You guys know how that is, though. There is a little clear protector over the top of it here to protect the logo, and where it says 16-bit and power on, obviously. So that is there. Now this is very interesting. You've got your on-off switch here, where it normally would be. There's a reset button. There is actually what seems to be a volume button, but I'm not seeing any headphone jack. So there's that I don't know if that even does anything, but you've got your headphone jack where it should be. There's nothing there. On the front here, you've got 2 USB controller ports, which is pretty sweet. Let's see. It has the expansion cover bay, but there's nothing in the actual bay because there's no board, obviously, which I think is kind of a cool touch. You don't always see that. Then on the back here, there's an HDMI out and the DC in. Honestly, this is a nice, small, little console. Let's pull out my... Where's that bad boy at? Maybe it's down. Yep, look at this. So here is my Geo Mini Classic edition, and here is the Sega Genesis. They're almost the same size base-wise. This one's obviously a lot taller than this one, just because it's got the screen and the controls. But honestly, this is almost as small as this, and that is pretty cool. It's just a little fatter, and obviously it's skinnier. But I think that's cool. I like to compare these things. Now, I don't have my NES or my SNES Classic. They're over in the other room, and my PlayStation Classic is down over here by the workbench. Honestly, this is pretty cool. Whoa, this is a very cool thing. But I noticed something. You guys cannot see that, but right there where the cartridge slot is, you can actually push down and the 2 things go down for it. I wish they made these to where they could actually play the cartridge slot. That would be wicked. Don't get me wrong, that would be sweet. But I know why they can't, so I'm not too worried about that. And then last but not least, there's like instructions on how to use this. So I think this is a pretty cool thing. Now I'm going to put the stuff in there that I'm not going to use, and I want to talk about this just a little bit. What do I think about these mini consoles? I love them. Quite honestly, I think they're very awesome. Let's see if I can put this in there without ruining stuff. I think they're very awesome, and there's a few reasons why. These things are very cheap. 50 bucks for 42 games is a really good deal. Now, some may say, okay, 50 bucks, let's think about this. How much was the PlayStation Classic? I got it for 20 bucks on Amazon, but that failed. I'm very interested to see what this does. Now, this looks to have been done very well. Now, Sega said we're going to do it with AT Games or At Games. They scrapped that and did it themselves, I believe. At least they did it with someone else, and this looks to be quality. Now, I'm interested to see how this works. I like the color. I like the feel of it a little bit. The D-pad is definitely better than what I remember with the Sega Genesis D-pads, and it's just a 3 button, so it could be better with a 6 button, but I'm not complaining too much there. I love these things. These things are perfect to put out near my HD TV that is in my living room. I can have these out there. I can plug them in anytime that I want and just run an HDMI cord, and then I'm playing games again. So that is why I'm a huge fan of these systems. But you guys know, I've got CRT TV here, I've got all of these systems, but if I want to like record, say, Echo the Dolphin, I want to record that, this is a much better way for me to do that. I just hook up my laptop to this because I have a game capture card that works via HDMI, and this is a breeze when I do it that way. When I do it with a CRT and the original game console and the game cartridge, occasionally I have problems with like sound, or it doesn't look quite right, and that's why I like these things. These things are perfect to do kind of reviews of games, or to just quick casually play this game. So if I'm in the mood to play Dynamite Heady, I could just plug this bad boy in and play it. I don't have to go find the cartridge down here on the ground, find the system in by the TV, hook it up to the TV and all that. I just have to plug in the controller, plug in the power, and then plug in the HDMI, and I think that is very awesome. This thing has so many awesome things to it, and I am very looking forward to playing all of these games. Now, I'm planning to do a review more of how this worked later on. I just wanted to unbox it for you guys to let you see kind of what it came with, so you could kind of compare it to the other systems that I've either reviewed on this channel or you guys have seen, whether out in the wild or whatever, if you own one. So with that being said, I want to know what you guys think. What do you think of these classic systems? Are there too many of them? Are there not enough? Have I talked about mini classic console systems way too much? Or do you guys want to see more? With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification because it lets you know when I post more videos, which is every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And occasionally I'll sprinkle one in on a Monday. Just depends how the schedule is. One last time, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you have a good day.